Come on. I made it so goddamn difficult. I thought it was all real high tech. I can't figure it out. So I went on Google and chat AI, and I had these beautiful people responding to me, and I fucked it all up. So I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. But I won't give up. You know me. I stick in there, man. So basically what I wanted to talk about was, first of all, I wanted to learn how to do this shit, because I think live is the way to go, because I can answer a lot of these questions instead of just commenting and going to it. But I'm growing tremendously. I got about, there it is, 2445 subscribers. It's growing. And I got over 2,000 hours in the last 6 months. So I'm going to try to make it grow. You know what I mean? I'm trying to monetize. And the reason why I'm trying to monetize is because I treat this like a business. I've been an advisor all my life. And so my plan is to monetize, and any funds that I receive, I have a charity, multiple charities that help special needs kids, underprivileged kids, and Agent Orange endeavors in Vietnam. I'm big on Vietnam because of my brother served in Vietnam. A lot of our neighborhood guys were killed in Vietnam. And when you meet these people, they're badasses, man. They're badasses. Just like we think about the greatest generation. Same old thing, man. So I learned how to do this on the phone. This is the way to do it. So, you know, if I had anybody, I mean, there are a couple people that just kind of lost interest in my ways of not doing things. So in the past half hour, so I apologize. I apologize for doing it, for not doing it right. So I'm learning, and I got somebody following me here now. So basically, this is about really, you know, about you, you know, and how I can help you, you know, how I can help you, you know, thrive. You know, it's interesting. My community is about 75% men. And the men ages are starting at about 30 all the way up. I'm 71, so I love mentoring younger people because they haven't been through the fucking war zone yet. You know? We've been through the war zone. If you're over 45, 50, you know, you've gone through how many transitions? Since I've been 21, I've had 8 different careers. 8 different careers. So, hey man, Jonathan, how you doing? Lydia, hey guys, I got a woman on here. Awesome. Now, how do I respond? So anyway, ask me a question, I'll answer it. I had a couple. Where are you right now in life? That's my question. And I'll give you a response of where I am. I'm 71 years old, I'll be 72. I'm going through a lot in my life. And I'm going through a transition. The last 5 years, I've gone through a divorce. And, you know, I'm at that point in life that I'm closer to 100 than I am to 50. And most of my community is 30 plus. And I'll tell you, you know what's going on is there's a lot of layoffs now. I call it pink slip quarter. Okay? I call it pink slip quarter because the last quarter of the year is when private equity comes in, the owner sells their business, there's change. And you know what I've always said about business, because I got a 50-year career, and I've always dealt with family business, families, private equity, buyers and sellers in business. And you know what? It's all about individuals. It's all about themselves and their families and so on. Is there loyalty? Is there trust? I mean, come on. So that's basically kind of the things I'm talking about. So let's see here. What do I have? What could I do to respond? Let's see here. I hit this. No, that's a share a link. How about this? Green light? No, I don't need that. How do I get rid of that? Okay. Here I go again. I'm sorry. Oh, that's no good. There we go. Now, what's this? Retouch. Do I need a retouch? I don't think so. I got a mute. That's a reverse. So how do I respond to people? That's what I want to know. Do I just go on here? Report, channel, put, I'm embarrassed, man. I'm embarrassed. Where are you guys from? You know, I'm in Florida. Top messages, let's see here what we got here. Top, all messages. I'm going to do all messages. Okay. People are saying hi. Okay. All right. Now, you're wondering what the hell I'm going to talk about because I have so much to talk about. I have almost 1,000 videos, and I've taken it serious in about October or September of this year. So I've grown tremendously, and there's 3 key areas that people are inspired by, at least responding to. Number 1, divorce. Divorce. And I've been through 2 of them. I raised my kids. When I was 33, I have 3 children. They were all under 12. And I did not remarry for 22 years. Then I got stupid and I remarried. Okay? And I got videos out there talking about it. And then my career, I started in 1975, and not only did I become a workaholic, I pushed really hard at achieving opportunities and so on. So, you know, it's divorce was a real big kicker, and I really wanted to set out to talk about becoming an entrepreneur, what it takes to be an entrepreneur. And it's like professional sports. Professional sports, you know, you play it all your life to get to a certain point, and then you might make it to the major leagues, you might not. I know people that have gone into the minors and got hurt and never got the chance to go to the majors. And it's a tough haul. So is becoming an entrepreneur if you commit to it. And everybody knows that statistically it takes at least 5 years to grow a business and at least make it successful. And success isn't, you know, it's all up to the individual. You know, I always thought it was money was success, your top line. Then I realized it's not your top line, it's your bottom line. And that includes your own family, okay? Now, you could be, you don't have to be wealthy to be rich. I mean, it's easy to say, but you have to know what's successful for you. You know, my kids are in their 40s and, you know, they talk a lot about life balance. Well, life-work balance. I mean, seriously, it's not easy. Especially if you're married and you have kids, it's a long haul, man. And then, as I mentioned before, you have to start really working with people to find out if you could trust them. because betrayal is pretty normal today, you know? There's no loyalty. But let's talk about integrity. And when you pick the right horse, you're going to know it. Now, when I say picking the right horse, it could be a relationship, it could be marriage, it could be an employer. It's tough out there, man. And now, as you get older, it's getting worse and worse, you know? And then, we talk about being wealthy. What's wealthy today? I learned something in my 60 plus years of travel, close to 2 million miles in the air. When I visited Japan last year in 2024, that's when I really realized, when I observed how clean the country was, how friendly the people were. But the other thing I really noticed was their ages. They were old people, man. And the blue zone, they call it the blue zone, people that have made it to 100 years old, like my father. My father will be 100 in February of 2026. So it's pretty cool shit, man, So, my thought is, the people that are following me and answering me and so on, it takes guts. It takes guts to comment. And, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, if you're young or old. We all have issues. We all have problems. As they say, nobody gets out of life without a problem, okay? Nobody gets out of jail. There's no free cards, man. And what I've learned in my life in sales and marketing and business and faith and marriages and the law, it's all about integrity. It's about your reputation, It's really serious shit, And I just want to thank everybody for chiming in. I believe me, I'm going to get better at this. I'm going to get better at this because I'm somebody that's going to rock and roll. This is my full-time job. YouTube and videos. Why? I got goals, man. I got goals. You probably don't realize I got a couple books out there right now. You know what I mean? A lot of publications and so on, but I really never capitalized on it because, I'm supposed to be a motivator. I got a bowling coach. I started bowling this past year too, for fitness purposes and just hanging out because I'm a single person and I need something to do. I have goals and it's a very competitive sport. It's very strategic. It keeps you fit. It's very social. Okay. Very social. You see a lot of kids. I like seeing youth. And I'll tell you, there's some really great bowling athletes, man. Now, I golfed a lot in my career because that was part of my career, was golf and, sales, doing deals on the golf course. Well, no, I don't have to do deals. I'm not pressuring myself. Everything I do is free today. It's pro bono, okay? Now, if somebody calls me to do a deal, on a transaction of buying and selling and finding the buyer and the seller and putting them together, that's a lot of strategy. And you know what that comes down to? Relationships. Who do you know? I know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy, knows a person, knows a family. I'm a great referral agent because it's taken me 50 years to find the right people. And that's what you need. I'll guarantee you, I have more people that are striving to grow than people that know it all. And believe me, I would go to these meetings, and just because this business owner was in business for 40, 50 years, I've seen a lot of them. And I'm going to tell you, how many people have I respected and trusted in those 50 years? Very few. Very few. And I believe in karma. And when you fuck people over, it's gonna be a problem, man. It's gonna be a problem. It's gonna catch up with you, is what I'm saying. So I just want to basically say that, wherever you are in life, there's a solution. And you could figure this out. But make sure that you're talking to the right people that you can trust, because there might be betrayal. There's envy out there. I have a lot of critics. Oh my God. Including family members, ex-wives for sure, friends. And I really pulled away from a lot of the bullshit, And now I'm just thankful. I'm thankful for life, what's happened in my life, in my career. And I want to help other people. And that's what Vietnam brings to me. Because these people are not only educated, they're curious. And what I try to do is not only educate them about business, I also want to encourage them not only to do the right thing, to grow on a personal basis in their career, and the other thing is to empower people. And that's my goal for everyone. So when you see my YouTubes out there, I've always got an intention and a strategy or an update for people. Now, I do respond to my questions and so on, and it's helpful. It's helpful to understand where people are, Because I'm not out to hurt anybody. I'm at the point where you can do this, man. You can do this. If you want to be a great dad, you can do it. If you want to have goals and aspirations that you never achieved because somebody put you down, how many times have I been set down and kicked in the balls? Rock, you're not good enough. Fuck you. Including wives. Okay? That's very important, man. Very important that you have supportive people. And you got to be very selective, because you can be hurt and betrayed, especially by a spouse, because it's family, man. It's family. So divorce is really something kind of tight on my community. And I feel for people that are going through it, because eventually you're going to get through it. And career change, huge right now. People in their 30s and 40s, 50s, 60s are getting let go. And believe me, it's not about the money. It's not about the money. Basically, I've talked to so many people, especially tax advisors, people that are retired, lawyers that are older. Eventually, people start thinking about, God, I'm no longer relevant. I'm no longer relevant. Well, you know what? Guess who makes you relevant? Yourself. Yourself. And the best followers, the best supporters you have as a role model are your kids. Are your kids. And you have to be a dad or a mother in a family of parenting. You have to be on the same level, the same course to raise your kids. So I'm saying the top 3 items that I talk about are divorce, your career, and USPS. Why is USPS such a hot topic right now? Because they're going through consolidation, logistics, carriers. And it's big business. Big business. And now people are being asked to leave or retire with severance pay and a buyout of contracts. Those are huge, depending on how old you are. But the fear? I remember working with 3M. 3M was one of my biggest clients for many, many years. And I remember the guys coming in and saying to me, because I was young, says, Rock, man, I only got 10 years left so I could retire from 3M. And I went, what? 10 years? It's a fucking lifetime. You think about these athletes. You get hurt, it's over. It's over. Or you get traded or whatever it is. And here, I'm looking at it, and they're looking at me like, Rock, you got it made. You got it made because you're in a family business and you're going to run this business someday. Well, yeah, I ended up running the business. But the family sold it underneath me. You see what I'm saying? I became competitive with my own family. Okay? Now, I had 10 brothers and sisters. So I understood what that meant. So I had to bring in a partner, a financial partner. And that's when I realized, wow, I'm not my own man. I got to take orders. Then my partner brought in the president who was, you talk about having a bad boss. Oh my God. This guy's a nobody. And guess what? They're throwing you under the bus as much as possible. And here I was the top salesperson. I was the face of the company. Unbelievable. But guess what? After about a year, I realized, I don't know if I could make it. And they sit there and they approach me to buy me out. My ex-partner, financial partner, who was only an operator. He was a financial investor. He didn't know anything about the business. In fact, he harmed the business with the way he treated the culture, the people, the clients, and so on. So when I was approached about being bought out, guess what I did? I went out and countered and tried to buy him out. And that really pissed him off. So guess what? I said, okay. 19 months later, I created my own deal. And that's what I'm saying you're coming up to now. I've already done my deals in my life, in my 50-year career. Now it's up to you to go out there and kick ass. Okay? Now, I'm seeing that UPS is contacting me now, the employees. They don't even know what's going on. There's 20,000 of these delivery carriers are being bought out by UPS, a public company. In their union, I believe it's the Teamsters, are saying, no, that's illegal. No, it's not. They're worried about themselves, the 20,000 members and their dues. Start taking care of yourself. The top 3 things that you need to talk about yourself in this life is you take care of yourself. And that came from my parents. Make sure you take care of yourself. And the way they said it was kind of harsh. My father's Italian, and the way he would say it, it was almost like we were selfish. Oh, just take care of yourself. Well, okay. But as you age, you realize, oh my God, you got to take care of yourself. And then once you start getting peace, independence, and freedom that you created, then you could pass that on to your children. That's your family. And that's your future family. And then you got to let them fly. That's one thing my parents taught us, is to fly. You want to be a businessman? Do it. You want to be a printer? Do it. You want to cut hair? Do it. You see? So what I'm saying to you is, you better, my YouTubes are trying to give you information, updated information in those 3 areas. Divorce, living single, calling all the right shots, doing the right thing, start focused on integrity, start letting go of bullshit. Number 2 is your career. What career is that? Expect to be let go. Expect no loyalty. Expect deceit. Not only your career, your marriage. And that's a setback, by the way. And you have to be prepared for it. And that's kind of what I'm teaching people is, hey, make sure you pick the right horse, not only in a marriage, in your career. Because your career today, it's not like the old days when people were there 40 years, 50 years. No. Yeah, I had a 50-year career, but 8 different positions, 8 different jobs. I had to recreate, and I'm recreating now. YouTube, TikTok, that's a recreation, that's a job. And the other thing is UPS. You have to get out of the mindset that someone else is going to take care of you. USPS is going to fly high, I'm telling you, because FedEx. And if I was an investor looking at the stock of today, by the way, UPS has dropped down 50% in 1 year. Is that why they're laying off people? Oh, and their concentration, they're not outsourcing, or they're not, Amazon is not going to be 90% of their business anymore. They call it concentration. Why? Because Amazon's going to take over. Who's getting the margins? Who's getting the profitability? Amazon. They're outsourcing. It's a fixed price. Ship this for us, and we're going to pay you $10. But we're going to charge the client $15. You see? For that shipment. Guess what happens? That 50% margin goes to Amazon. Get to understand what they call logistics and sourcing. What about tariffs? This all counts, man. But here's the other thing, how you could protect yourself, not to worry about the buzz out there. It's your financial independence. Because at the end of the day, you have to be financially independent. Besides the country being in debt, and this is what President Trump and his administration is trying to do, is trying to get rid of the deficit as much as possible in the next 4 years, 3.5, 4 years. Then they're hoping for another 4 years. But at least we're going in the right direction. And everything takes time. Your career takes time. Marriages take time. And don't forget, if you're married, you're in a relationship, it's got to go both ways. And I've talked about this. And read books. Read books. Listen to books, audio books. YouTube. I've learned a lot from YouTube. So I'm telling you, everybody, I could go on and on. I'm talking to myself right now because I don't know what I'm doing. But guess what? I'm going to save this video and I'm going to put it in, and my next one's going to be better. I'm talking about my life. But I'm not going to go on a monitor anymore. Okay? I'm just going to use the phone. It's actually better for me. So anyway, I want to apologize for trying to do something that I wasn't capable or competent to do. All this shit I tell you guys. And was I overconfident? Probably. I thought I was prepared, ready to go. Here I got notes, I got everything. Step by step, what to do. And I fucked it all up. So anyway, this is my second or third or fourth try. And here it comes down to the simple device. And I am so happy because now I don't have to worry about carrying a PC around with me. I'm getting as smart and mobile as the Vietnamese. And you know what? That's the way to go. That's the way to go. And guess how I communicate to my kids and my college grandchildren and so on? FaceTime. They're too embarrassed to watch my YouTube. But you know what? To me, this is my way of saying Papa Rock was crazy, but I get it. So this is my legacy to my family and to you is, hey, listen, I've been through pretty much everything that you might be going through, knowing when to pick the right horse, and I've made a lot of mistakes, but the one item that I haven't gone through that is huge, and this is why you could have a 50-plus year career, and that is my health. I've been very fortunate. My dad's almost 100 in a few more months. He's still got his mind, his physical motor skills, his faith. He eats well, no issue. My mother passed away at 94. Her body just gave out. But great genes, and she died happy. So, and if that's the real goal, is happiness. And I was taught by another great mentor of mine. He says, Rock, the goal is independence and freedom. And you just think about that. Are you free today? Are you free, independent? And the other one is at peace. And a lot of it has to do with integrity. The more I've learned about business, the more I've learned about people, it really comes down to integrity, your reputation, knowing right from wrong. That's what I call the foundation of, or pillar of foundation is number one, is your foundation, your upbringing. I got 10 brothers and sisters. My parents were very strict Catholics. And our unity was based on family, faith, food. Food was big. You had to feed all these people. And then as we got older, we started to learn about finance. And one of the things that I've had since I was 21 was a pension, which eventually went away and was converted in 1993 to a Roth when they were first available. And that's when my partner started cutting out all that shit. You know, that's a big thing, is who are you working for? Who can you trust? Look what the people at UPS are going through right now. And to me, it's a gift. My understanding is the offer is a gift. You know, there's hospitalization involved. There's conversions. There's money involved. A one-time buyout, huge, especially if you're young. You know, that's the beauty of the USPS. Their union's not going to go away. Okay, I mean, you're basically governed by federal rules and regulations and security. But you got to be tough. You got to be tough. You know, the other thing that people really don't look at is, as being in business all my life, was there was always a discussion about a strategic plan. And the strategic plan was always next year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. I applied that to my own personal life at a very young age. And when I hit a barrier, when I hit that speed bump, like my first divorce, I didn't see it coming because I was so wrapped up with my career. I didn't think that there was unhappiness with my former wife. And I knew my kids weren't unhappy because they wanted unity. And so I had to change my life, change my dreams, change my goals, take a lot more risks now, and live alone, and provide for 2 households, including alimony. You heard it. Minnesota, 1989, I got lifetime maintenance. Now, that's on some of my videos that you can find out what the solution was and so on. But I'm going to come back. I feel more confident now that I know what I'm doing. I got some people saying hi and stuff like that, but I can't even. So sorry about that. So anyway, I'm going to check out and try to learn what the hell I'm doing. Okay? God bless you guys. Thank you. You can always contact me. I got a website, by the way, and you could email me. You want to hear my website? It's rocklamanna.com. ROCKLAMANNA.com. I have a newsletter. I have downloads. I got a book. I got multiple publications. I've been writing for many, many years for the industry and about people, and always positive. I'm always trying to talk about the 3 E's: educational, encourage, and empower you to keep moving forward. Okay? It takes a lot of guts and confidence to believe in yourself, because there's a lot of doubters out there. And you know what? You might have these voices saying that you're not good enough. So you got to be careful. I think faith is important. I think a mentor is important. And you got to take care of yourself. You come first, because once you become at peace in your heart, in your head, and all these things that you feel like are unattainable, no, seriously, you can get there. You can get there. So anyway, check me out. Email me at rock@rocklamanna.com if you want a private discussion. I'm here for you, okay? God bless, and I'm sorry for the 10th time how I messed up, but I'm going to improve each time, okay? God bless you. Talk to you again.